Welcome back, everybody, on this Friday afternoon. Let's take a moment now to talk about kids, social media, and the mental health risks that come with using social media. And the Black Physicians of Utah's Mental Wellness Alliance Back to School Mental Health Summit is coming up on the 17th, something you might want to know about. The theme this year is how to address the mental health impact and harms caused by social media to our children in Utah. And here to tell us more are three people involved in that event: Dr. Kimberly Applewhite, Stormy Nielsen, and Greg Noel. Welcome to all three of you. I'm so glad you're here. Dr. Applewhite, I want to start with you. You're specifically concerned here about the impact of social media on the mental health of students. Can you elaborate a little bit more on this risk, especially as we head back into the school year now?
Sure. There's very few things that are all bad, but we know for social media, especially on the developing brain, that there's all kinds of risks that can happen. Kids tend to overestimate the time that they spend on social media, and so this increases the risk for things like anxiety and depression. We also have the rise of cyberbullying and just how much harder it is for caring adults to be able to stop this behavior. And then we have the potential for addictive or compulsive behavior that makes it hard for kids to make room for other healthy coping strategies in their lives. So as mental health professionals, we want to be mindful of that and careful of how we introduce new ways that teens can navigate this complicated world.
When I was in school, I didn't have social media, right? You left the school day at school when you went home.
Right.
But now you're not ever leaving the school day. It comes with the student. Can you talk about that?
Yeah, as I said, we know that teens tend to overestimate the time that they spend on social media, and so when you can't ever turn it off, this contributes to the type of rumination that leads to anxious symptoms.
Greg, why host this type of event, especially for these concerns now? How are you hoping that this kind of seminar can help?
For us, when you ask that question, Brian, I think back to Canadian developmental psychologist Dr. Gordon Newfield's concept of the 6 stages of attachment. Dr. Newfield talks about the importance of proximity, the importance of sameness, the importance of belonging and loyalty, the importance of significance, the importance of love, and the importance of being known. One of the things that we value at the Black Physicians of Utah Mental Wellness Alliance is connecting with our community in a meaningful way, where this event for us is a love letter to our community, letting our community know that we are very intentional about them having this experience of being seen, having this sense of being loved, and having the opportunity to feel the sense of being supported in a very intentional and a very meaningful way. One of the things that we pride ourselves on at the Black Physicians of Utah's Mental Health Wellness Alliance is being very conscientious that when it comes to resources, if resources are not tailored, if resources are not presented to our community in a way that tells our community that this resource is for them, that they can see themselves in this resource, they're less likely to access it. So that's what comes into my mind when you ask that question, Brian, is this resource is for the community. We want our community to come out, feel a sense of being supported, feel a sense of being cared for, and feel a sense that this experience of social media deserves more attention, and for us to learn some great methods and different skills so we can create that much needed balance within our lives.
Stormy, I want to ask you now. We heard from Greg talking about resources and making people feel connected. Tell me about this particular seminar coming up and how you hope to connect people with even more resources. How's it all going to work?
Yeah, so we have multiple therapists that are going to be present to teach to these different things, and we're all going to bring our own skill sets and knowledge as far as resources go. We want our parents to be able to walk away feeling like they have somewhat of a direction to go when it comes to monitoring their kids. We are going to be promoting digital detox. I think that that's really important, especially now as everything's at our fingertips and there's just a lot happening in the world right now. We also want to be able to give helpful tips for coping struggling with anxiety and depression for the students that are present. Sometimes I think we forget our kids are dealing with a lot of stuff all the same as our adults are, but also, we forget that they're also taking in so much from online and social media as well. So helping them to be able to cope with some of the mental health side effects that come with that along the way. And
So,
giving them tools.
bpou.org is the website people can go to find out more. How can we get connected with this seminar? Do we have to sign up for it ahead of time, or how does that work?
Yeah, so if you want to go ahead to bpou.org, you should be able to find in their calendar tab as well. And actually, it might just be on the interface at this point, a link to the Eventbrite. So if you do want to sign up, it is right now a $5 charge. We do have a QR code right now that's just BTSM for back to school, or BTMSH for back to school mental health. So that should take some off. So it's a $5 charge, but lunch will be provided, as well as, of course, resources that you guys can take away.
Okay, that's coming up a short time away on the 17th. Thank you to all three of you for being here. I hope you'll come back. We have plenty more to talk about. Thank you.